morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Friday, May 6th. Another really consolidation day. The indexes really haven't done much this week. We bounced around, chopped around, pretty much had one move in the morning, sideways consolidation all week. So it's been kind of dull. And I think it's because of the non-farm payroll numbers that are coming out this morning. I am recording this very early in the morning, and I just wanted to get this out because today is going to definitely be a market mover. And it may set the tone as to which way this market is going to be headed. As you know, we've had a few down days off the highs, off of key resistance areas. Gold just doesn't want to go down. We're looking at gold as a proxy, possibly saying, well, you know, why is gold not moving lower? Is there something to come in the near future? And that's possible. I mean, and I'm looking for a market top in the next couple of weeks, and I'm watching very closely price action. So not much to really go over, but I definitely want to show you a few things on what may happen today, Monday. I'm looking at a bunch of charts, and I see a lot of bullish fallen wedge patterns on 60-minute charts with positive divergence. So maybe we push lower early in the morning, and then we kind of revert back and we kind of grind higher and rally out of the bullish fallen wedge. And I think just possibly that may be it. That rally may be sold into, and I think that'll be a market top, putting in a lower high from the previous high. Not sure. Again, we have to wait and see what price brings us, but I think that's what I'm looking for. Also, in front of you, you have the VIX, which is the ETF VXX. And as you can see here, we do have a bullish fallen wedge pattern as well. And this here, it really should break up a little higher, back test, come in higher low from the previous low, and then really start to excel higher. So this is not a good sign for any type of bull in the market. Yes, you want to be long a couple of days, that's fine. But something like this is telling me use caution, beware, and that's also coincides nicely with my market top prediction. And again, I'm not calling it yet. There's still a lot to be looked at, but be aware of what's happening around you. And today's the day news trumps the charts, guys. All right, we can say I have a market top and everything. All of a sudden, non-farm payroll numbers come out, and for whatever reason, market participants love it, and you know, gold goes lower, dollar goes up. It's just crazy. It could happen. Whatever, how the number is or what the number is actually does not matter. What matters is how the market participants, the big guns, identify and react to that number. And that's how we as traders have to react to that number as well. All right, so now they have the UUP. You can see here we have a bullish fallen wedge in the UUP. Nice bullish fallen wedge. We actually sold off below it. I mentioned early this week. We usually overshoot it and then we come back in. And now we're kind of breaking back out of the wedge pattern, if you can see here. Still not really any positive divergence here, but I like to see the MACD cross over. I like to see the RSI start to break back high, which it is. And again, we need to get above this area here. This is going to be the key area to break above, and that'll give us a little bit more momentum. And I think that would kind of 2440 in the UUP ETF will get you to the 50-day moving average. Do I think that the dollar is a big bull roar and rally? I don't think so. Not with the Fed trying to talk down a dollar. So I think it's something that needs to be seen. But you know, if you're long a lot of commodities and you're long gold, you need to understand that. You need to know that as well. All right, let's take a look at the spiders daily. And I mentioned I've showed this chart to you many times, but just want to show you where we are, and we are at that 50 now. And that's going to need to hold, or that 200 will be the next area, and then there's major support here where we have a lot of this supply. That'll come into big play. If we lose that 200, then guys, all bets are off, and we'll start looking for some downside targets here. I mean, and I think we'll get a big flush. But you could see what's happening. We have our rollovers on our RSI and our MACD, so things aren't looking so pretty. Can we call this a bull flag? Sure, I think you can for now. And I think maybe the top of that bull flag pattern here. And let me just kind of just make this a little more legible. Anyway, here we go. And then, you know what, maybe the top of that to the top of the 20, you rally to 206, 207 in the spiders, and then I think you start to break down again. So that's what I'm really looking for. Like I mentioned earlier, you could see that you know, maybe let me just draw this out. You know, maybe we rally to here, 207.5. That'll keep a higher low from this previous high, and then boom, we start to move lower. Okay, But again, markets will make this fool the masses, guys. Remember, and what happens is they want to get everybody one-sided. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're trading. And here's a 60-minute chart. I only have the spiders because it's a short video, but you could see what I'm talking about. 60-minute bullish falling wedge. We have positive divergence down here on the RSI and MACD. So I suspect that either we take one shot lower, okay, and it's possible, and we can do that. We can go down to the bottom here, and then bam, or we just break out of the wedge formation right now, and we grab somewhere around here, maybe the like I said, the 207-ish area, get that gap fill up in here, or maybe possibly in here, 207, and then that's it. And I think that'll be the lower high, because remember, we still have that, even though it's a bullish falling wedge, but we still have that head and shoulders pattern that I indicated to you guys. And if you remember, right, we had that head and shoulders on a 60-minute, and that's pretty much solidify a bearish pattern, which did break out. So just remember, we have two patterns here. Right now, we're bullish. We have a bullish falling wedge off the head and shoulders, which is perfectly fine. That'll give us a back test to the neckline, which comes in right around that 207 area, and then I think we fail from there. So that's what I'm looking closely going into next week. Here's the IYT. We have a double top formation. As you can see, the neckline comes in right here. And let me just grab that. Neckline comes in right around that 136.90, 137. So 137 will be the test. Now you can trade this. How you can trade this is real simple. If you feel like you don't want to, you feel like you're catching this at the lows, well, let it break, and then you usually get a bear flag formation into the neckline and then fail. That'll give you that full confirmation that you're definitely indeed moving lower, right? MACD, RSI, you can see all of that here. We're moving lower. Or how you can play it as well, and I like to do this too, is get a lower high into this resistance band. All right, short here on a sell signal or whatever sell signal you use, and then you can start there and then add on the break and then continue lower. Okay. So that's what I like to do. I like to average into these things. All right, and then IWM, same thing, guys. You can see here we're starting to break down here, so looking pretty nasty. And then lastly is the Qs. You can see that. Okay, now we're going to need to hold here at one point in time. You can see that we have these areas of support. So we're into support area now in the Qs, and that's going to need to hold. Otherwise, guys, we could get an easy flush. But today's non-farm payrolls, I don't think that's going to happen. Even if we gyrate lower, I do think we'll go up one more time based on the 60-minute charts that I'm showing you. And then from there, I'm looking at sometime next week or the week after we put some sort of a top in. But again, of course, I'll keep you informed. Have a great day and have a great weekend.